I'm an outsider. I'm just catching bits and pieces of this based on my media, such and so forth. I remember when this happened. I remember the controversy, this, that, the other. The words were said this way, words were said that way. I'm outside going, okay, I see, I can see good people on both sides of this issue. However, I find it disingenuous that this would even be an issue, simply because when you walk into this building, it says, God bless America. When we started this meeting, we swore allegiance to a flag saying, one nation under God. Every president that we have ever had has taken the oath of office on the scriptures. Outside the box, this separation of church and state, which is from a letter to the Danbury Baptists from Thomas Jefferson in 1800, it is not in the Constitution.
Right.
Just outside the box. It's not in the Constitution. If you want to talk the Constitution, we can. If you want to talk a principle that has been ascribed to the Constitution, we can obviously do that as well. Separation of church and state, obviously, no one wants any government to establish a religion. My God, I am a covenant believer in Christ Jesus resurrected, but if the president said, by the way, we are now going to go full throttle, Jesus is Lord, Christian nation, I would, as a veteran, step up and say, Mr. President, you cannot do this. We are neither a Christian nation or a Muslim nation or whatever. We are not. That is why we are America. That is why we have laws. The display that we have on this public square, 40 years, such and so forth, it is a religious display. It's Jesus. Period. Let's just get down to it. It's celebrating the birth of Jesus, which some people do or do not believe in. That's fine. That's outstanding. If it comes down to a matter of you cannot have this on public property because it's taxpayer expense, me, outside the box, not looking at this like a Christian, just looking at this as a citizen. If the argument is you cannot have any religious display because of taxpayer dollars, well then Mr. Knickerbocker, please remove that placard. Do not say the Pledge of Allegiance. And if you do, please omit under God. If there are any swearing in ceremonies, I've not been to one in Bethel, I do not know, but if there's any kind of, I swear to do my job, so help me God, please never say that again. If we're going to have separation of church and state, ladies and gentlemen, Bethelites, then let's have separation of church and state. I find it peculiar, and as I said, disingenuous, that this display of something that matters to the majority is so horribly offensive. I don't believe that it is though an atheist will walk by or a Hindu or a Muslim will walk by this display and suddenly, oh, well, I've come to Jesus. And I just do not. I myself have walked by several mosques. I had no friends that are Muslims that I served with over in the sandbox. I never converted. It was never an issue. We had a job to do. So as a free citizen, I simply would put that out there. I have no desire to enter into any to any argument. I have no desire to make this ugly or stupid or nonsensical or hateful. It's a religious display. It's a Jesus-centric display. If atheists or Muslims or whoever would wish also to use that ground, my gosh, why not? I surely, speaking for myself, am not threatened by the crescent moon and the star. I am not threatened by Shiva, the god of death, and I'm just not. If there's a portion of our community that is Muslim and they say, hey, we want to be represented, right on. If there's not, then why would, just for example, if there's not a huge Muslim contingency, then why would someone say, well, we need to have Muslims represented? Well, why? Are they demanding this of us? I'm trying to be pragmatic and practical. I'm trying to be disciplined and focused in these comments. I look forward to next week, or, I'm sorry, next week.
Next week.
Thank you. But I do hope, if I've said anything that makes any sense, not hateful, not emotional, not looking to blame, not looking to jab anybody, my gosh, I have neither the stomach nor the time for that. But this is the town that I live in, the town I'm raising my daughters in. It's a tradition. It's been a tradition for several decades from what I understand. It's not a right, it's a tradition. And if atheists or Muslims or whoever would like to join in, right on. Thank you very much, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Thank you for your time.